This is Pandora, my 1,000-gallon cloud rainforest vivarium. It's a stunning slice of nature, complete with exotic plants, fungi, and animals, all involved in a complex food web. It's connected to Arcadia, my canopy vivarium simulating life up in the trees, and Hydromeda, the rainforest's wetlands. The purpose of all this is to study how wild ecosystems work. And in this phase of the project, I'm observing how the ecosystem responds to various events determined by this wheel called the Wheel of Gaia. After spinning it, the Wheel of Gaia landed on new predator. And so it was time to conduct our first ecosystem event by adding a predator I've been wanting to add for a very long time. Come with me, my precious. Welcome to your new home. The prey creatures of the rainforest floor dashed away as I placed our new green predator into Pandora. Run free. Please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Welcome to the AC fam. Enjoy. I placed Alien onto the Hallelujah tree stump. Alien is a young Asian marbled mantis, and I've named him Alien because he totally looks like an alien. He stood still, taking in his new surroundings. His instincts told him he'd better be careful in this new place. And boy, was he right. There were certain dangers in this forest, and truth be told, I was scared for his safety. But inside, I knew he was born with the skills to survive. Soon, he began to sway his way forward. This is the typical mantis sway walk. Now there's some debate on why mantises do this. Some say it's to better hide from predators or potential prey targets by mimicking a leaf swaying in the wind. Others say it's better depth perception, so they have better aim when striking at prey. All I know is, it looks pretty cute, as if he was dancing to music, playing only— Hey, who are you? Oh, sorry. Hi there. I'm the creator of worlds, just narrating what you're doing. All right, I'll head off now. Awkward. Alien began to climb up on the philodendron leaf. He stationed himself here for now. It was great to see that Alien had chosen a spot into which he could camouflage well. There were forest mates in this new land who weren't the most welcoming of newcomers. Racing down the vine branch was an acrobat ant. Alien had unknowingly entered into Chromatoblaster territory. The ants could smell him around. An acrobat ant stood in defense position, gassed her up and ready to spray formic acid. Eventually, Alien decided to move on. He stopped to clean himself. Chromatoblasters ran up and down the vine, trying to locate the trespasser. They had been smelling for a while now. I swear I smell it somewhere close. Keep searching! We must protect our highways. He stopped to watch something in the distance. I tried to spot what he was looking at, but couldn't see anything. Comes to show you how visual these mantises are. I watched as he continued to climb the branch. I wondered if he would eventually continue climbing upwards, through the glass bridge, up into Arcadia. Or if he would choose to wander the upper viney regions of Pandora. Either way, Alien would have to make smart choices in order to survive. Up in the canopy lived 3 lethal beasts who will be emerging at night, who may find Alien to be a tasty treat. Down here in Pandora, a dragon hides in the shadows, who feasts on insects like him. For now, Alien found his next spot to chill. Up here, hanging from this vine branch. I felt for now at least, it was a wise spot to rest, safe from predators. It's extra dangerous for all insects because food has been quite scarce for our rainforest's predators for the past couple of months due to the recent summer. Where I live in tropical Southeast Asia, the intense summer heat causes many creatures to either die out or head underground to lay dormant as they wait for the cooler, wetter, rainy season. This means that the predators are extra hungry at this time of the year. The huntsmen were out and about in broad daylight. These nomadic spiders usually hide away during the day and only emerge at night. But all summer, they've been out in search of prey. The huntsmen have been one of the most successful predators in our forest, having reached the 6th or 7th generation now of huntsmen, descendants of our original huntsman mother, Lady Deathstrike. As for the prey creatures, they find ways to safely get by without being spotted. A female cricket had an important task to do, but she knew it was dangerous. When she was ready, she began to move, carefully sneaking under the leaf litter to cover her movements. From above, this looked like leaves moving around by a breeze. Then, she carefully inserted her ovipositor into the soil to lay her eggs. Moving under the leaf litter like this had helped her survive all summer. As for the juveniles, well, they would eventually learn the hard way. Natural selection will eventually kill off these bold crickets who choose to remain out in the open like this, while sparing those that choose to remain hidden beneath the leaf litter. It's not easy being a cricket growing up in Pandora. You gotta eat. These crickets are rummaging through some decayed dried fruit, casted off by the three beasts of Orcadia. As for other prey insects, they found some really good places to hide. Roaches were tucked away in the mossy areas behind the rock wall. They would all be safe here when not out foraging for food. Other prey creatures were actually safely living below ground. Giant beetle grubs were reaching their final stages of growth before pupating and emerging as adult beetles. I spotted these huge larvae against the glass, digging around. I'm unsure what species they are, but they must have come from eggs laid here by past rhino or jewel beetles I added in last year. We'll have to see. Their current life stage is perfectly timed with the seasons, because by the time they emerge above ground as adults, it will have long been rainy season and plants abundant. Speaking of which, great news for the creatures of the rainforest. Last week was the official start of rainy season. Alien began to feel a shift in the air. And suddenly, the rains blew through the rainforest. I love watching it rain in Pandora. These new rains were the trigger for life to spring forth once again after months of summer slumber. Once the rain stopped, it was crazy to see all the life emerge. Check it out. Snails. The nomads, our resident nomads, were out making use of the moist soils to build new tunnels and amp up on the house chores. And I shuddered when I saw this. Land planaria. Ew! These are tiny predatory flatworms I hadn't seen for over a year. I had thought they had completely gone extinct from our rainforest. But guess not. They're back. I just hate worms. Ugh! The pink slimy beings began to show up as well. Earthworms emerged from all corners, just like they do after every rain shower. know they're harmless and important for our ecosystem, but man, they still give me the heebie-jeebies. As for Alien, he decided he didn't want to get wet, so he hung out right at the rain spouts, where he'd stay dry. Smart little fella. For the rest of the day, Alien remained here, and to my surprise, Snap, our resident sun skink, did not emerge to hunt. I was worried he might eat Alien. Guess he ate some crickets earlier in the day and wasn't that hungry. But Alien wasn't off the hook, for the real danger would come at night. I wanted to see if Alien would manage to survive the three beasts from the trees. Gather round, all ye chromatoblasters! It's here! Our monthly offering from the heavens is here! A worker exclaimed, running up and down the branch, wafting pheromones to call the gang. A dish of edible goodies in a bowl was nestled into the Arcadian branches, and it was a total festival for the chromatoblasters. The colony was happy every time this happened, and were even bringing bits of it down into Pandora to satellite nests at ground level. But I don't place these food items into Arcadia for the ants, but rather to supplement the three beasts of the canopy who were emerging now. Dorothy, the leader of the micro squirrels, grabbed a handful of food, then dashed back to home base to share it with her two friends. It wasn't long before she came back for more. She's definitely grown larger. These micro squirrels are predominantly insectivorous and sweep the canopy for their favorite food, roaches. No roaches tonight, so they also appreciated the random fruit, veg, seeds, and pellets in the bowls. The ants, however, did not appreciate the theft. Down in Pandora, the mists were blowing through the forest floor, hydrating the lands. I spotted Alien hanging from the upper vines. He was so cute. I sure hoped he would enjoy growing up in our rainforest. In the past, we've introduced mantises into the forest, and they made it into adulthood. But sadly, a vast majority of these young mantises don't actually survive to adulthood. But I sure was counting on this one being part of the minority. I also hoped he would manage to find food here, though it was currently a bit scarce. Little did I know, our rainforest had some plans of its own for Alien. The next day, I returned to Pandora and looked around for Alien. He was no longer at the spot I saw him sleeping the night before. I looked. And I looked. Searching everywhere, but Alien was nowhere to be found. I checked the cave tunnel, Nothing. Hydrometa. Nowhere to be seen. Had he possibly drowned? I checked Orcadia. Perhaps he had climbed up into the treetops. Still, no signs of our new baby mantis. After searching the whole day and not being able to spot him, I was sad to accept that my fears had come true. I believe Alien was eaten, either by Snap or by the micro squirrels. I was sad, but this was a possibility all along that I needed to accept. Alien had become the majority. It's always sad knowing a creature I've added into our rainforest disappears due to predation or other means of death. But I've come to realize that when introducing any creature into our rainforest, it's ultimately up to the rainforest to decide how the creature will integrate into it. Sometimes they find ways to survive and go on to found a next generation, sometimes producing multiple generations. Other times, they integrate into our rainforest as nutrients and energy for other creatures, which was the fate of little Alien. His time with us was quite short, but his essence was now part of our rainforest forever. And so it was time now to see what our next ecosystem event was. I spun the wheel of Gaia and watched to see where it would land. New amphibian. Perfect. I had just the colony to introduce. Hey! Ha! There you are! You scared me! And you found food! Congrats, Alien! Vote in my community tab to affect this story.